Mike, you do such a good job of helping us understand things at times, and I want you to know we appreciate that. This week, one of the phrases we've heard over and over again is self-scout. If you can help me understand some of the things that the coaches and the people who study statistics and trends and patterns and all that sort of stuff, what kind of things do they come up with that actually help you guys do your job better?
I think it's easy to get lost in, you're playing a season. It's easy to get lost in what everybody else is doing. And you don't really get a time to look and reflect on yourself, maybe in life in general, but in football especially. So this bye week, when you say self-scout, it's like, okay, we get a chance to, for a week straight, we don't have to focus on any opponent. We can focus on, let's watch all our games. Let's go through all our practices. And I'm not the statistics guy, but I'm sure they break it down on this play was successful this many times, this was unsuccessful, we are averaging this many yards on this, whatever it may be. And then we can take that and how do we, after this bye, come back and improve as a team. So being able to do that is critical for a team, whether it's an early bye or a bye week 15 or whatever week we're on. That's a time where not only can players get their bodies back, but we can come back and it's really like a fresh start. Like, hey, we have these plays that have been working. We have these plays that haven't been working as well. How can we fix those plays? How can we improve the ones that have been working?
You probably lead the team in touchdowns per catch. So my self-scout says throw Mack with the ball more.
Yeah, if it comes my way, I do my best to make sure the touchdown per catch ratio doesn't get messed up.
Yeah, is that something which you had been aware of of your 13 catches or TDs? Was that a number that you knew upon catching a touchdown on Sunday?
Oh, no. The ball just came to me, and I rarely know my stats, except for tackles. I always know my tackles. I compete. I don't know, catches kind of just, they come, and you can kind of get lost in, do I have 3? Like, I had a cool game where I had 3. You can forget, but a tackle's like, me and Sethan actually go back and forth because me and him both have 8, and it's like, who's going to get to double digits first? Who's going to end the season with the most? So that's it's a little competition, so it's good.
Is there a difference in terms of every player on special teams obviously knows they have to do it well. You obviously take it really, really seriously, which has made you a staple of the special teams unit, good at it. Is there a difference, you think, in mentality of certain special teams players where some really, really take it seriously like you do? Some just see it, okay, it's a necessary thing, I have to stay in the league.
Maybe on some teams, but I think our team, everybody takes special teams really seriously. I think the positions that I'm in are optimal for making tackles, whether that's on punt or kickoff. All returns that get sent to the backside, I'm the first that has a chance. Obviously, at gunner, I'm the first that has a chance. So it's easy to make tackles he's a good special teamer or he's not. Like you look at a guy like Fedge, who's really the leader of our special teams unit. He's a signal caller in every unit, whether it's punt return, kickoff return, or punt. But he's not going to be the first guy down there because he has 2 gunners that are playing well this season, and he has a bunch of interior guys that are playing well. So to have all those guys, he may not have the tackles, but you take him out of the equation, and are we as successful? Are we protecting up punts as well? Are we identifying what kickers are doing directional wise? Are we identifying what punters are doing directionally? So it's easy to say Mack's the guy on special teams because I have tackles and I dance and I do all types of wild stuff to bring attention. But every guy on our unit is a ball player. Like, it takes a different type of person to be able to do that, especially the ones that are playing a bunch of snaps offensively or defensively and then can go in there and do well on special teams.
I'm curious if your competition with Seaton involves yards also, because you had one special teams tackle that was for a 4-yard loss on a punt return.
No, it's just pure tackles. Pure tackles, yeah.
How'd that one feel, though? You dropped the guy for
It was good. Because you don't look at the numbers, but statistically, if you can back a team up, they go in the negative on punt return. That helps the team's average at the end of the year when you say, hey, how did our punt unit do? So yeah, it's good, but a tackle's nice. But I definitely take that over like a 5-yard gain or 15-yard gain on a punt.
Based on you've told us earlier this year, that was more satisfying to you than the touchdown catch, correct?
Yeah, I love tackles. Tackles are great. That and down and balls inside the 5.
How How certain were you that you had completed the catch?
I knew I caught it for sure, and I knew I had my feet in. But I know it can be tough sometimes for refs to see that angle when guys kind of have to hug over the ball. But I knew, like, if it came down to it, I would have argued and be like, throw the flag or whatever. I guess you don't have to on that because it's a touchdown score anyway. But, yeah, I was confident I had it.
When you were rewatching it, were you a little impressed with yourself? Like the concentration, the focus, the toes, like getting everything. That's like, it was cool. It was good.
Yeah, I think I just made it harder than it needed to be. If I just jump a little bit higher, I can just catch it the first time, but then I wouldn't have made the ESPN. It wouldn't, I wouldn't have brought the attention, and it wouldn't really be me.
Mack, who are the first guys' names that come to mind if I asked who's most improved on this team from a year ago? What 2 or 3 guys would pop into your mind on either side of the ball?
I don't know. That's tough. I think we've improved really well as a team. It's hard to improve as an individual player in this league without your team being successful as well. Like, we're winning games. Is it because of the quarterback, or is it because the O-line's starting to mesh a little bit better, or is it because the running backs are starting to run the ball better? So defenses are playing differently. Our receivers getting open, and then likewise on defense. So I don't know if I can identify like specific players, but I think as a unit we're starting to understand. We're getting a little older. Guys are starting to understand what it takes to win, and they're feeling comfortable. I think when you're a rookie, everything's new. You're at week 12 and you're like, oh, season's done, and then you like, oh wait, I got 5 more games before we're done, because you're on that college mindset. So getting used to what it's like to be in the NFL has definitely helped us this year.
Do you have any plans for the bye week?
Cleaning. I'm doing some research on some new animals. Either another snake or maybe a gator. We'll see. And then I think I'm going scuba diving at the Frost Museum. So a little bit of stuff around here, but yeah, a staycation.
Are you saying you're considering acquiring an alligator?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's been
Where would it stay?
well. You can start them off in the small tanks, and then I can swap them out once they get to a certain size until I can get a place big enough where I can get the cool pool that I want.
I was gonna say, they, funny, but they tend to grow.
Yeah. I just swap them out with the alligator farm. I take the little one, they get the big one.
what do you do with a pet alligator? Just look at it?
Yeah, like feed it. You can walk it if you want. You can carry it. Like I have the snakes now, but they don't chew up my house like dogs do. I don't have to clean up their poop as much as dogs do. They don't bark. They don't keep me up at night. And they don't fake like they're going to protect me if a robber came in, even though they probably would.
They don't eat you either.
No, gators won't. They won't bother because I got the little ones.
So you'll go looking for an alligator this weekend? Is that on the agenda?
Yeah, probably. And we'll see. I got
You have no intention.
no wild ones. No wild ones. That's an off-season project.
You said you walk them.
Yeah.
So when you walk them, your neighbors think what?
There goes Mack again. Because I walk around the neighborhood with the snakes already.
How many snakes do you have in
2.
one?
I got a boa and a ball python.
How big are they?
One's like 5 foot. The other one's 11 and a half, maybe 11.
Have you ever had a dog or a cat or?
I did, yeah. I would love to have a dog. So I ended up getting the snakes in college because everybody gets a dog. And then we go to training camp and we stay in this hotel for a month. And all the guys were like, hey, girl that I'm talking to at the time, can you take care of my dog? And then she's like, yeah, of course. And then the first week goes by and she's like, this is I don't want to take care of this dog all day. So she's like, I can't take care of it. He tries to get somebody to take care of it. Neither of them take care of it. They come home, the house is ruined. They're paying rent at some place. They get kicked out. So it's like, why not get a snake who's everything's set? Like I could leave for a month and they'd be fine.
So you walk the snakes how?
Oh, I don't walk them. I put them around my neck and we go for a walk. Yeah. Oh, no. No, yeah. I don't take them for slithers.
So you'll walk around your neighborhood with the snakes around your neck.
Mm-hmm.
What are their names?
One doesn't have a name because I was going to breed him originally. And then one is named Nikiti.
Would you, sorry, back to the alligator, if you were taking an alligator on a walk, do you have a leash for it?
Yeah, you can put a little, like, you know, those little rat dogs that people have, little slipper dogs, little tiny ones, same type of leash.
We'll emphasize being safe on the bye week.
Yeah. This is right in my alleyway.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.